Right, Gabby, what is a special message for Manchester United?
First of all, I think, Manchester United fans should be singing the praises of Harry Maguire. A lot of Manchester United fans and pundits around the world jumped on the bandwagon when he was going through a little bit of a rough time, like every player does. But I thought recently he's been in great form against Aston Villa. He was such a threat from set pieces. We couldn't deal with him, and he defended very well. I think we forget, Alan, how much of a good player Harry Maguire is. Even on the ball, he's passing. So I think that a lot of Manchester United fans should
eat humble pie.
Not even eat humble pie. Give him some praise. Everyone's quick to jump on the bandwagon when Harry Maguire's going through a little bit of a tough time. Everyone's making reels about how he's making mistakes. Where are them reels now of him doing well? Where's all the praise? You don't hear it. Man of the match against Aston Villa. He showed. I'm not going to leave Manchester United because people tell me to. I'm not going to go West Ham because people are telling me to. I back myself to get back into that Manchester United team and start putting in top performances again. So credit to Harry Maguire. Credit to his mental health as well. His mind frame of saying, you know what? I'm not going to listen to these guys who want to bully me on social media. I'm going to fight for my place, put in top performances. And look at him now. Proved a lot of people wrong.
Yeah. Well said, by the way. Gabby, incidentally, has just joined Harry's new management agent.
Yeah. He just got me a job working for his PR company.
The Sir Jim Ratcliffe revolution is well underway at Old Trafford.
I think probably my role is a bit project driven, really. I think any new project is something that really excites me, really inspires me.
For the first time in 20 years, Newcastle United are a Champions League club again. But Old Trafford is fast becoming the theatre of broken dreams.
The vibes are telling us that Dan Ashworth will be very interested in making this move to Manchester United.
The recruitment is massive. I think we've seen, I don't believe a lot of the players that have come in have been right for the football club.
Anthony with the first shot on goal, steers it wide of the left-hand upright. It's a big let-off for Brighton, that.
Surely you need someone sat there to really control and dictate things. And I think this is what Dan is good at.
I would be more worried if I were Newcastle about losing Dan Ashworth than Bruno Guimaraes.
If he gets that right at a club now about to be taken over, will be back financially as well, they could well be back in the near future.
So, Newcastle Sporting Director Dan Ashworth has been approached by Manchester United. talkSPORT understands. The Magpies chief is top of Sir Jim's list to front up his new football operation at Old Trafford, although there is yet to be formal contact between the two clubs. It's horrible that is when that comes out. And
yes.
By all accounts, there's been no contact, eh?
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, Gab.
Sorry,
man. I
thought you were talking to.
No. I was just catching up, but just make sure I missed nothing in the cricket as well. I'm tasking 3 jobs at the moment.
But what I'm worried about, Al, is Newcastle. Losing someone like Dan Ashworth to Manchester United. Is he not happy with the amount of control he's got in Newcastle? Is he not?
It may not happen to the summer though.
Yeah, but it'll be a big loss for Newcastle for sure. But Manchester United's gain.
Well, let's find out what it actually means. What a top man, former Club England MD Adrian Bevington, worked alongside Dan Ashworth at the FA, joins me now. Adrian, a very good morning.
Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Gab. How are you doing?
Mate. Long time no speak, Adrian. You been around the world, or what have you been up to?
Well, I was in the Algarve at the weekend, Al. You like a bit of that? Quinta del Lago.
Lovely.
Well, hopefully he didn't bump any parlour. He showed me a picture of him at the airport at 7 a.m. and then he sent me a video of him at 10 o'clock last night. Oh my God.
I was more restrained. I was watching youth internationals, Germany and Portugal and Spain. Some good players out there because I'm leading a international player agency these days.
Oh, so, lovely.
Different angle on things, but you don't want to talk to me about that.
Well, no, well, we just have. Just on that before we get into Dan, Adrian, England have got some rich talent coming through, but what about some of the other nations? At the moment, Gareth is so exciting. If not just his full squad, but the under-23s, under-21s and the kids, they just keep coming off this conveyor belt.
Yeah, look, I think we are, in my opinion, England and France are the two strongest nations, certainly in European football at the moment. I don't think there's much debate around that. Portugal, another country that really impressed me with their production line. I think they punch well above their weight.
I agree. Yeah.
But going into this tournament, I think Gareth's a realist about this, and I think Gareth has done an outstanding job with England. I don't think people always fully appreciate the big stuff that he's done behind the scenes to change everything, Gareth. But look, he's going to be measured on performance in this tournament. I think he does need Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice really performing to the highest level, because those three for me are the biggest performers for England that make us tick, with someone like a Kyle Walker.
Adrian, can we turn to Dan Ashworth now? For everyone that's listening, what sort of guy is he, and how will he sort out the mess which is Manchester United at the moment?
Well, just heard a clip there, Dan talking about projects. Dan for me is definitely a project, and I worked with Dan for 3 years. Trevor Brooking was instrumental in bringing him into the FA, and kind of as his future replacement. Dan has a look at things when he first goes in. I think he did the same at Newcastle. Wherever he goes, has a look, then makes really big calls, big decisions. He's quite happy to make change. He's a very calm leader. He builds small teams of people around him. At the FA, he's rightly credited for the England DNA, which was his vision. But it wasn't just him personally who worked on that. He builds people, he brings people in. So there's a guy called Matt Crocker, who then went to Southampton, who's now in the US, who was instrumental in delivering that with him. Gareth came in with myself, with Trevor, and with Dan, and he was instrumental in that as well. But what Dan's very good at is looking at the big picture. It's not just about recruitment. Recruitment's obviously crucial on the player side, but he looks at the whole the coaching structure, the player education structure. Yes, recruitment, but all of the performance services around it. He's a really smart leader, and he will build things over time, effectively wherever he works.
Well, Adrian, if it happens, and it looks like the summer, then the big question is, does he get on with Ten Hag, who likes to do things his own way, so it appears? Or will that be totally separate? Will he be away from Ten Hag?
I think the key relationship at Manchester United to begin with, look, for me, from the outside looking in, and I don't have any, particular direct insight on this, but I believe Dan and Sir Dave Brailsford are very close. So that relationship will be pivotal, because Sir Dave Brailsford's obviously really close with Jim Ratcliffe, and rightly so, Alan. The relationship with the head coach, the manager, whatever the title, is crucial. Dan isn't the sort of guy, for me, that goes in and rips things up straight away. As I say, he takes a look wherever he is. He's gone into Newcastle. Eddie was already at Newcastle when he was there. Obviously they've worked together for 18 months, 2 years they've been together. But clearly,
why would he leave Newcastle, Adrian, with the project that's going on there?
Well, it's a great question, Gabby. For me, Newcastle is a really exciting project. With all of the funding that is going to come. Once they get through the whole financial fair play. What none of us know, looking from the outside, looking in at any football club, and I've been in this situation myself, both sides. You don't really know how things work. I've been in a situation where I've been held responsible publicly for a lot of signings. They're absolutely nothing to do with me. So I understand why people might look at things and wonder why someone moved. Manchester United ultimately is clearly one of the very biggest clubs in the world, and we don't know what's on offer, if there is such an offer to Dan to go to Manchester United. But I defy anyone not to be attracted to at least a conversation in the first place. But that's not to belittle Newcastle, because I went to see Dan at Newcastle about 18 months ago, and the buzz around the place at the training ground was just, it had a really special feel to it, I've got to say.
Adrian, 2 quick questions, please. Well, I think we'll forget one. We'll say that United fans, if it does happen and Dan comes to United, it's not going to make an immediate impact, is it? It's going to take time, as you say. He likes to have a good look at. But what do you think is the the key point that Dan will make United a much better football club again?
I think they will make better decisions on all areas of the football business, be it recruitment, crucially. At the time they come to replace the coach, which will happen at some point, they'll be very good at that. They'll be prepared for everything. and all of their facilities, all of their analytics will be of the very highest level.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely. Adrian, look, keep us in touch with what's
Thank
going
you,
on,
Adrian.
please. And thank you very much, and good luck with your new project. Thank you, Adrian.
Thanks, guys.
Adrian
All the best,
Bevington
mate.
there used to be the FA, of course. Now coming out. So be patient, United fans. That's what we're saying.
Yes.
That's if it happens.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.